Hello and welcome to the playlist of stem cells clinical applications. My name is Dr. Ala Abdelkarim Mohammed. I'm the Chief Medical Consultant of EW ACE Cells Lab Limited in Stoke-on-Trent, England. The main reason behind this playlist is trying to discuss with my colleagues and my friends the difference between the fantasy of practicing stem cells and the reality of clinical applications. We heard about stem cells a long time ago, and the biomolecular medicine is a relatively new science emerged to life early in the 2000s. Since then, many things changed in our understanding to the pathology of the diseases, how we treat it, how we can design the clinical applications, how can we design new medicine to be able to reach new horizons in treating our patients. I believe that any medical research that cannot be applied clinically for the favor of our patients is just a fantasy. Fantasy if I cannot help the patient with the science and the research and the resources spent in this research. However, if we can transfer this fantasy into a real clinical application that can help the patient in the most devastating chronic diseases that we hear about, and we hear that stem cells make miracles every day about it. However, these miracles look like fairy tales. Once upon a time, I've treated a patient who was paralyzed, and now he's walking and doing physiotherapy to be able to run again. Once upon a time, I have treated a patient with infertility. She was 55 and menopause for 6-7 years, but she became fertile again and she got pregnant. Once upon a time, I've treated a case of azoospermia, and today he is quite fertile and his spermatic count is 25 plus. These fairy tales need to be transferred into reality. The evidence-based medicine does not recognize these fairy tales. We consider it till now as fantasies. Here, we need to discuss different clinical applications. By clinical applications, I mean, we used to inject stem cells, either IV or in some practice IM. But is this really the best solution to practice regenerative medicine? Should we be limited to one dose of stem cell injection, either IV or IM, monthly? Is it enough to treat a patient? Will the patient be compliant to this type of treatment with a very slow progress in his case? Yes, today he has no solution. Today he is hopeless, and we are giving him some hope. But we didn't hear about cases that was completely treated or at least controlled its clinical picture. How can we control the clinical picture totally? How can we reach with the patient to the degree that he is at least 90% cured? I understand some of the genetic diseases and autoimmune diseases, we will not be able to change the genes so that we cannot treat the patient. We cannot claim that we treated the patient. However, it's a type of degeneration. How can we regenerate the damaged tissue? By one injection? Is there any other application that we can use can help us to reach a better degree of treatment? Is there any other protocol? Is there any other new idea, which can combine stem cells with something else and something else? One A plus B plus C can give us ABC, which can help the patient to treat APC deficiency syndrome, for example. This question and many other questions, I believe it will be very interesting if we participate actively, each one with his expertise, each one with the core of his patients. We do not need to declare any patient secrecy here. However, we will discuss cases, anonymous cases, with, of course, consents from the patients. that we are using the data in our discussions, and we will see how can we take it one step forward to transfer the fantasy of stem cells into real clinical daily applications. Thank you very much for this short introduction, and I'm looking forward your replies, your comments, and your suggestions to make this group as big as we can and as useful as we can. Thank you.